Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Thank you for rocking with us as we continue throughout the Night Cube Boogie. We are talking about the events in Cleveland, and we know what happened in Cleveland. We are talking about the question that we're asking: why do we have this obsession with negativity? We're talking about the world star type of mentality, and there's obviously more to it. We were talking a little bit in the break. I want you to kind of jump in and kind of share what your concern was that you shared during the break. What is it that's really bugging you about the way some of these things are being reported?
The inaccuracies of the story. That's really one of the things that's bugging me. And two, the victim blaming. That's the most important thing that's really bothering me. I can't tell you how many posts I've seen today, and I'm gonna be real, and I'm gonna piss some people off. I can't tell you how many posts I've seen today. A black man asking why the black woman had anything to do with this and why she caused it.
What?
I can't tell you how many posts I've seen today of black men saying,
"What she do?
What did she do?"
Yo, and we know that's the biggest punk move ever. If you're a real man, it doesn't matter.
Right. You just move on. You keep it moving.
Even if you can't move on. Even if you can't move on, dog, really? You're not going to sit here and blame a woman. If you're going to sit here and blame a woman for your depressionals, your and the way, I did it.
That's a new word.
Hold on, wait a second.
Wait a minute.
Before you go on, I'm going to tell you who you remind me of. I'm going to tell you who you remind me. I'm going to tell you who you remind me of, right? Yeah, I'm about to make fun of my big brother for a second. I'm going to totally destroy the whole show for a minute. You know who you remind me of?
Who that is?
You remind me of Archie Bunker. You know why?
Also,
because if you watch All in the Family, Archie be just making shit up. Like, that's not a damn word, Archie, but it makes sense in the context of what he trying to say.
And if you wouldn't have said it, everybody would have rolled with it.
Everybody in the room with Joe and Archie trying to say, but Webster and Oxford don't know each other.
That's a new word for 2018.
That's why we got that new Ebonical dictionary.
Hey, it could very well be AAV.
New word number 3 in a second.
2018, let's make that happen. Make it
Ebonical, my brother.
No doubt.
So go ahead and finish your point.
But I mean, to my point is, that's that coward mentality. We sit there and say that if the person that is causing you problems is right there in your face, not saying that I wanted that young lady to be shot, killed, or murdered, but I'm saying you deal with the situation where it is. See, as a man, oops, did I say that loudly enough? As a man.
M-A-N.
Yeah, M-A-N. I'm going to say that for everybody. Stop being a coward and stop sitting there blaming a woman for what is going on in your head and in your mind. First of all, he blamed his girl.
Then he blamed his mom.
And he blamed his mom. Okay, where was your dad at, boy? Let's be. I'm sorry. Did I?
He had one.
If your daddy controlled the house, then your mama wouldn't be sitting there going in on you. Oops. If your daddy would have taught you how to be a man, you wouldn't be having women problems to the extent you having. You going out here wanting to kill people and not wanting to actually take somebody else's life.
See, that's the thing that really pisses me off, though, because especially in our community, like we were talking about in the break. When that kid in college went into the sorority house, he did a manifesto on social media first and said, basically gave some sort of commentary about how he deserved these women, and all of a sudden now that they didn't want him, they were beneath him, and so much beneath him that they didn't deserve to live. He did a whole manifesto saying, I'm the good guy, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, that, and the third. Nobody, when he went into that sorority and killed the people that he did, nobody blamed those victims. What pissed me off so much, what continues to piss me off so much, is that all these posts and these think pieces that our men are putting out there and saying that, well, she must have did something. I mean, it must have been something that she did to piss old bro off. Yes, I mean, I feel sorry for the dude because he out here just like that's what's making me so upset.
I think too, and Coach, I'm a chick. And that's what I do. I cut cross, and that's bad because that's how Eric Spears got two piece because he was, cut cross people. So my bad, Eric Spears. Hope your face is good.
Maybe they'll give you new jokes,
but yeah.
Bob and weave.
Remember that time I got punched in the face?
That's so bad.
Look at Rich Pride going down the street. Like, that's what it's like.
Look at my eye. Look at my eye.
Steve Harvey already did that one.
Y'all
Miss
so
Green.
silly.
Go ahead, First Lady. Go ahead, First Lady.
But seriously, you know, kind of piggybacking on Joy. Joy, you know, we get the blunt end of everything. So,
Absolutely.
you know, it is already like, you know, we're the chicks that, you know, bleed ever so often, who have humans, and, you know, we go through these things, but it's, you know, it's always the chick's fault, or what did the chick do, and all of this stuff. The only thing that we are guilty of is having the good cooch. That's what
You know
drives
what?
y'all crazy.
No, I'm
Yeah,
serious.
but I
I'm
don't even
serious.
think-
Coochie is power.
Get off your soapbox.
Here, ain't no half stepping
It
with
is.
Marcus.
You know what?
Yeah.
But no, real talk. Not even make a light of it for
Yeah.
real. But it's
I'm
like women almost like, and I'm not gonna say get blamed for everything, but get blamed for enough, because it's almost like
99% of the time it is your fault though. So
You know what?
You know what? We
Whole different conversation.
But for this individual situation, it's just him just being a coward for the situation.
Thank
and
you.
I think, like you said, Joe, as a real man, if you got a situation with your lady, you're going to talk it out. You're not going to go to her job and try to kill innocent people. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to do nothing stupid
But
like that.
I can speak to a conversation that I had with the First Lady earlier before we went live. We were talking, First Lady, about how some folks, quite frankly, just snap. You know what I'm saying? And there's something to be said for a snap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether it's right or wrong, some people just have a literal break with reality when they don't realize what they're doing is wrong, is off. Because if you listened to what this dude was saying,
yeah.
if you listen to what he was saying, he was talking so casually about how he was going to do these things and how he had already done certain things and how he was going to pull over and go take this other guy out. I think those of us who, I guess, are laypersons who are not studied in mental illness, we may know pieces of it, and we may have folks that we love who may have issues. As far as being able to diagnose it and understand it on a medical level, we call it a snap. We just say, oh, Marcus J just snapped. You know what I'm saying?
He had a reality break.
He had a break from reality, because I think the average person, you don't have to be taught this, I think the average person comes here not an asshole. The average person comes here knowing you ain't supposed to take shit from people. You ain't supposed to kill people.
Assholes
You
is
ain't
learned
supposed to
behavior.
just randomly slap somebody in the face. Being an asshole is learned behavior. You don't just wake up one day and say,
I'm gonna be
you know
real
what,
light.
I'm going to kill a person because she pissed me off. That's a snap.
Right.
Yeah.
You know
Right, all of
what
a sudden you were just unhappy with life. But what I think I was trying to get to earlier is, like, as far as us being stereotyped, like us as women, you know, men can sleep with 5 chicks in one day and be known as the man, but let a woman sleep with 5 guys in a month and she's a whore. So I feel like that's why the men was putting out there, oh, what she do. And then I also question too whether hey, you can mark Lissa P all you want to, but if she was a white chick, would they still be saying, you know, what did she do? What did she do to make this man snap? If
I think they would though.
I agree. I agree with Q Boogie and the First Lady, because I think that's a very unfair question that's being asked.
But I think that they probably would. I'm thinking at the situation. I'm being real. I think that they would probably sit there and say the same thing, because those weak-minded men who are sitting there making the point don't care about race and color.
But here's the thing, though.
They just looking at
Here's where it really boils down. Majority of the time when something happens to, because I research and I'm a nerd and I'm always listening to podcasts and reading articles and all that stuff. Majority of the time when something happens to a black woman, whether it's intimate partner, quote unquote black on black crime, something happens to her in the police, she goes missing. I can't tell you again how many people that asked when those 60-odd girls, whether or not it was accurate or not, went missing, asked what did they do. So unfortunately for us as black women, a lot of the times it's always an asterisk. by us.
It's always
like,
we
well,
can't wear a
what did
short
she-
skirt because we asked for it if we get raped or what have you. But you don't hear about no men getting raped by women for real.
But not even just that. Like to break it down to what black men and black women, it goes into nobody really like. I've read comments to like a couple weeks ago about, you know what, we as black men should just be absolved of having to deal with black women. All y'all just too independent. Y'all too this. Y'all don't need us. Y'all don't need it. And what bothers me so much is when stuff like this. I don't know. They around here though.
They're not men.
They around here though.
They're in threads on social media.
But that's the thing though. Like, there are, just like the guy that killed his wife and the little boy in class, he was a sympathizer of the people that were being the abusers, not the abused. But he went unnoticed. He went under the radar for so many years because he was involved in the church. He was involved in the community. He was doing all of these things because here's my struggle when it comes to the victim blaming, especially when there's a black woman. What pisses me off so much is that we as black women don't always get the agency to just be black women. It's either you black or you're a woman. And that's what pisses me off. That's what pisses me off. You can't be both at the same time. Either you're going to be black or you're going to be a woman. I've done protest marches before. I've protested when Michael Brown happened, when Trayvon Martin happened, when Sterling Brown happened, when Philando Castile happened. I was out there. I can't tell you how many signs of women walking around with the names of the women that were killed, and they was like, who's that? And so we are the ones that carry this stuff on our backs, but then one of us is shot, and the same men that we cake for are the ones that are like, but what did she do though? What did she cause? What did she? That's what bothers me. And I'm not saying that like, because you have you're right. That's not a man thing to do. But when I say it, it's, oh, Joy, you got to see the other side, man. It's like there shouldn't be another side.
There is no. No,
I'm not saying between. No, I'm not saying between y'all. I'm not saying between y'all. No, definitely. I'm not saying between y'all, but a lot of the men that we come across that will come at us in our comments, they call us all sorts of bees and hoes and all this other stuff, will say, well, you got to understand this, the black man's plight and all those other things.
Tommy S's.
You know,
I'm sorry.
Right in the side.
My bad.
Kitty punch.
Right.
Never mind.
Yes.
During the break.
Soda, baking soda.
But you know what's funny right now? We haven't. I mean, this has been going on, and we've not heard a word from her.
We have.
Have we heard a word from her?
Yeah, she came out. One, she's helping the police.
She should have told yo, boo, come on, boo, come on.
Joy girl?
Yeah, she's helping the police, and she's doing other stuff.
Don't forget in the video, he blamed her or what have you, but also yes, she did make a statement. It came through CNN, where basically she just apologized for everything that was going on, and she did say that they did date for several years, which he also said too that they dated for 3 years. But for anybody who watches the video, which I actually watched the video when he shot the elderly man, but also too like in the video how he called his own self a coward, that he know it was a coward move. So therefore, if you already know, he's already said all of this. And we have a caller here at Legacy Internet Radio at 8 No Half Stepping on Marcus J. Caller, you have reached the best internet radio station around. What is your name and what would you like to comment on?
Hey y'all, this is Ashley. How y'all doing?
Hey.
What up, though?
Oh man, let me tell y'all got a good show going on right here. So I would have been in there.
You was in there, babe.
Shayna working out, and I'm jealous because she looking good on there. And I left the gym broke down, crying in the car. I said I can't make it to the show, but at least I'm on the phone.
It's emotional, baby. It's emotional.
I'm telling you. So first of all, I really wanted to comment on everything y'all are talking about this crazy killer. And one thing I want to say, I'm glad that they showed his picture, because the description that the media was given matched some people I know, including you, Joe. So I was real happy that they showed this man's photo.
Yeah, but hold up. But, we saw the video. He don't look nothing like me. I am way more cuter.
Absolutely. You are way more cuter than he is. But I am glad that they showed this man's photo, because a lot of times when I see, some crime happen, they don't put a black person's picture in there, and the description can fit, 300 black people. So, but I wanted to say, okay, I'm trying to pick my words wisely, but I actually wrote this down. I don't know if you all remember the DC sniper. John
Yeah, we
Muhammad
remember him vividly.
I was in high school.
Yeah, we remember him vividly.
Because this guy was also a man who
10th grade.
had an issue with his wife, and he started to terrorize the Beltway, of Washington, D.C. Beltway area because of a domestic issue that he had with his wife. And I've spoken to his wife before, and so fast forward into this situation with the Facebook killer. I'm not sure what his name is, but he having an issue with his woman. And so there's something that's going on in the male psyche that needs to be addressed, where it's like, I'm having an issue with my woman. I want to take it out on other people in a rather violent way. And I don't know what that is. I don't know how to identify it. But I'm hearing people are saying mental illness. Okay, so on this situation of mental illness, we could say this guy's mentally ill and all of those things, but there is a right and wrong, okay? And I don't care what mental illness that you may have, you do know right and wrong, and you should be held accountable for those decisions that you made that are wrong. And for us to just say, oh, he's mentally ill, I can't get with that. And I see that being thrown out there like this man might be mentally ill. Okay, well, if you are bipolar, you know right and wrong. Okay, if you have depression, you know right and wrong. And we can't just throw that mental illness out for just like a catch-all, for crimes that are committed. Obviously, something's not right, but he still should be caught and held accountable for his crimes. And so I'm not saying that you guys are saying that, but I'm just saying that's what I'm hearing in the conversations that are being had. It's like, oh, he's mentally ill. And it's like, okay, but that don't make it okay. That don't make it any better.
No, I can definitely understand where you're coming from, Ash. I agree with you. I think that was the point. One of the points that I tried to make from the very beginning, especially when we were talking in the break, we were talking about how the fact that he was talking so freely and so calmly about what he had alleged to do. And again, I'll make it plain, as I've made every time I've talked about this. There's no evidence of him killing 10, 12, 13 people. Whatever it is he said, there's no evidence of that. But the fact that he's talking about that so callously, and then First Lady brought in the video and showed us where he's actually talking to the homies on the phone, telling them,
right.
y'all ain't even try to help me, and all of this kind of stuff, which to me, that's an ultimate punk move. And I'll make it plain. K-Dub and Big Bro Joe are two of my best friends. One from childhood, one from adulthood. But they still like my best friends. If I was wilding and I called them up and I tried that bullshit that this dude just tried, Big Bro, how would that go if I called you with that mess?
It would be, Marcus, why, and I ain't going to say what I was one of the words.
Keep it clean.
Keep it clean? Why don't you come over here and see me for a minute? How about that? Come see me. Where you at, man?
And out of the respect that I have for him as a man, I would probably make that detour to go see him before I go find some random person. But you got to also remember.
That's not true.
But you got to also remember.
What's not true?
What Marcus just said.
It's true for me.
No.
Because I would.
It's true for me.
You don't. Okay.
It's true for me.
He had to knock you out to sit you down.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. He had to.
And if he wouldn't have
Marcus J, hey, I'm gonna tell you live on the radio. Marcus J
Run.
put me on my ass because I was wilding out one night.
Right.
And if anybody out here in Facebook land or anybody out here knows us, like I said, I stand above Marcus J by
at least a foot.
At least, maybe two.
At least a foot and 100 pounds.
Yes.
Yeah, easy.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, he put me on my ass because that's what needed to be done.
Right.
If I called him and be like, you know what, you're wilding right now, I need you to come see me. How about
my
that?
question to you is, if he would not have put you down on your ass, could the situation have went differently?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Continue, Ashley.
but
Thank
what
you.
did that
Continue,
mean?
Ashley.
Yeah.
You lost me on your point.
No,
Because
because
somebody would have been there to put you on your ass, who knows where that would have went.
I understand what her point is.
You would have completely let go on whoever you wanted to let go on that night.
No, I understand what her
And you
point
wanna
is.
know something, and
Hold on,
that
Ash. Let me
actually
say.
is what I was
Let
trying to say.
me
There's
make.
something in the
Hold on,
male-
Ash. Hold on a second. Let me make this
Okay.
point, and then you're going to get a point, and then I'm going to let you go. But basically what the first lady is basically saying is that was the situation that we had right then.
No,
You know
it
what I mean?
wasn't.
No, it was. Because you don't know what kind of breaks a person can have from reality. You just don't know.
Okay.
If you got me on the phone, like when he called the homie, and if the homie couldn't get in his head and say, stand down, bruh, you really tripping, depending on whatever else is going on with him in that moment, if his homie can't say, stand down, bruh, you really, really tripping, because there have been times where friends, whoever those friends are, can't get to a friend because that friend is too far gone in whatever they dealing with. So that break from reality is some real shit. It's some real shit. Ash, make your final point before I let you go, sis.
The only other thing I wanted to say, I wish I was there with y'all so I could talk more, but the only other thing I could say is let's just remember that domestic violence is not a racial issue, okay? There are so many black women, white women, Muslim women who are abused. It is not a racial issue. And I know that we want to say, oh, if because they're black, it would have been handled a different way. I really cannot agree with that. This is domestic issues and domestic violence, domestic murder. I mean, we can go down the list of Muslim women who are attacked by their husbands, and their husbands are not convicted for those crimes, or they're murdered by their husbands. Here in the USA, we don't even have to go out of this country, and their husbands are not convicted for those crimes. I have spoken with and met several white women who are abused by their husbands or their boyfriends. Y'all not even married. He beating you up, and he just your boyfriend. Right. So it's like we have to be careful pulling a racial card on this situation, because that's not where it's at. This is man versus female domestic issue. I agree with you, sis, because I think there are plenty of times for us to pull the race card, but I think many of us pull the race card too prematurely when there's other cards to play. If you understand how spades work, if you can win the book with an ace, don't throw out your king. You know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of way I look at it. All right. Who are you? Where can they find you? Why are you dope?
Oh, yeah, this is Ashley Joy from Joy Embodied Radio, Wednesday from 7 to 9, only on Legacy Internet Radio with my co-host, Big Bro Joe, who you always holding it down on my show and on your show right now. I'm very proud of him. You're doing your thing. So why we dope, Joe? We just dope because that's who we are.
That's what we do.
Right. So there it is.
That's what we do. Make sure you check us out Wednesdays.
All right, Ash.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you, sis. We'll see you soon, okay?
All right, love y'all. Take care.
Love y'all too. All right, peace. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. First Lady.
I'm sorry. I just want to say this really quick too. So, and also when we're thinking about our words, how we say that, the whole mental illness thing can't come into play, or, when he goes to court, if he gets caught alive, or let's just say getting judged by your peers. Is not the first thing that everybody put on this post is, this man is crazy. What does the word crazy define? Some kind of something mental, out of the ordinary, or what have you. So therefore, if this man was to get caught and was to go into the court of law, his attorneys would have a very, very good fight. Unfortunately, of course, when we see stuff and we be like, there's no way they're going to get off, and you see these people get 2 months with time served. I'm telling you. So, again, let's think about the things that we've said. We've all posted and reshared. When we reposted stuff and seeing, God, this person had to be crazy. They had to be crazy. They had to be crazy. Me keep saying, they had to be crazy. What is that saying? You're not saying they had to be sane when they did that. They had to be sane. They knew what they was doing. They was sane. How many people said that? Nobody ever.
Yo, I agree with you, Lisa, to a certain degree, but you got to look at it from a lot of points. First of all, this dude right here is killing black folks. If you let him go out and kill one white person, he is not making it to court. I'm sorry.
But you know what, though? One thing that I will say is this situation is so outrageous that everybody's outraged. Yeah. And so this situation has absolutely transcended race and color. He is one of those situations, the rare situation, where he just happened to be a black dude killing black people.
Yeah.
But everybody is outraged by this, and I think that there will be no difference how he's treated once he's caught based on who he's killed, white or black.
I don't know, LB.
I mean, we can debate it.
Let me ask you one quick question.
But my opinion is, everybody knows a 75-year-old, 74-year-old man.
Okay.
Everybody got one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I happen to have one who's my daddy. Everybody got one. It's your daddy, it's your granddaddy. Everybody got that old man that you rock with. And if somebody rolls up on that old man, everybody can understand what that feels like for him to be gone.
But you know what? What's really bugging me right now, and I'm not saying this because we should have street justice, but nobody, this dude shouldn't even be walking around in the streets right now. And take, all right, follow me where I'm going. The police have all the technology. They have all the information. They know his car, his license plates, his movings around. They know everything. They can trace him back and find him like that if that's what they really, really wanted to do. But right now, I'm talking about hood justice.
Disagree.
Okay, but please do that. But what I'm saying,
technology-wise, if it was really that simple, then every single
he has a
fugitive-
phone. He can be pinged. They can find him.
And they said they pinged him in Pennsylvania, and then they said that he wasn't even in Pennsylvania.
They didn't.
So I mean,
and then one thing, like he doesn't stop to get gas.
They got
and that's
cameras,
another
dude.
thing. Right? And that's what I'm saying.
eventually they will catch him. But my thing
Yeah.
is this: everybody watches ID Discovery and Unsolved Mysteries and America's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
The dude done switched the car out by now. When they find him, he ain't gonna be in a white Ford Focus.
Understood.
What do you call it? Fusion.
Fusion, yeah.
But he's still using the same phone on Facebook Live doing certain things. And every time they log on, that IP address
So
pops.
what you're suggesting,
And they actually took down his Facebook page, which I think was actually a bad
which in
idea.
3
That was a
hours.
bad thing.
But what
Yeah.
you're suggesting, big bro, is they know he's out there and they're not trying hard to find him.
I didn't say they weren't trying hard.
That's what you're suggesting.
No, what I'm suggesting is they're not focusing hard enough. That's what I said.
Isn't
It's
that
not
kinda the
semantics
same?
on that
It-
one.
They're not
it-
thorough.
It is
In other words,
They're
semantics.
not being as thorough as they
Thorough.
could be because you made the point, and I said, and I stand by what I said. You made the statement that it was a 74-year-old man that all of us have, but if it was a 74-year-old white dude that got shot, I can tell you right now, they would have him. Please do not get the misconception.
I just disagree with that.
Okay.
The reason why, and the first name that I'll come to is Christopher Dorner. I talked about Christopher Dorner earlier today.
Okay.
Christopher Dorner was the dude who was a police officer in California a couple of years ago who had a similar break from reality, who snapped and started killing folks.
You talking about the
And
one with
when
the
he
automatic
ended up-
weapon in California?
He ended up killing some white folks, and they caught him within a couple of days. Remember,
He
this
was
dude,
ex-military.
But this dude is one day. This was yesterday. I would be
Okay.
I would be willing to bet a dollar, because I ain't a betting man. I bet you $1 in a bag of Jacks. Remember Jacks?
Yeah, Jack Rocks.
Yeah.
All right.
I bet you $1 in a bag of Jacks that they got this dude within a week of him going on the
A
land.
week? You think it takes a week? First of all, once again, I'll go back to
Within
hood.
a week.
Here go my dollar. And I want my jacks too. But the hood still needs to take care. The hood should be taking care of
Well,
this
I
dude.
mean, I'm gonna keep it 100, Coach. The hood, real talk on this kind of thing, it's a hood full of punk ass
They
dudes.
scared. They scared.
I'm gonna tell you why. The hood is a bunch of punk ass dudes because, Darren Wilson ain't a cop no more. He got to be somewhere. If you were so hard, you can kill your brother in the street. Why you ain't take out Officer Darren Williams for killing Mike Brown? I'm not endorsing that. I'm not saying that you should do that. But I'm saying if you hard, then how come ain't nobody never done that?
Yeah.
If you hard, how come ain't nobody ever took out George Zimmerman?
Right.
I'm not saying that I'm endorsing that, because I'm absolutely not endorsing. I would never endorse violence. But what I'm saying is, if you hard,
The street justice people.
if street justice people, as Big Bro is suggesting,
Right.
if you really bout it, then where the
Okay, I ain't saying it's right,
Then where
and I'm
are
not
you?
saying I'm. Street justice is a lot of things. Street justice can mean put a bullet to his head, put a gun to his head, and pull a trigger, or it can mean if we're trying to be a society of people who are actually grown up and thinking and conscious, is bring him in by whatever means are necessary.
I think the suggestion of street justice is there's going to be a loss of life because of your prior bad behavior.
I mean, I can't disagree. I'm sorry.
But I mean, Street Justice says the dude that shot Bob Marley and his family in his house in 1976 would never seen again. Street Justice says the people that killed Peter Tosh in his house would never seen again.
Okay.
That's Street Justice. Never seen again. They know who did it. Never seen again.
Government
That's
do it
what
all the
Street
time.
Justice. That's what Street Justice is.
Okay.
Take them out. I mean,
Get your mic.
I haven't got a mic in about a year. So
We ain't
leave
gonna
me
need you
alone.
to get a mic. Yeah.
I mean, I know that some people might not agree with what I'm saying, but I mean, if you're out here thinking about every side of the story, every flip of the coin, I think that local law enforcement may not be doing enough. And then, like you said, the hood is too cowardice. But
You really think law enforcement ain't trying hard enough?
I really do think they're not trying hard enough.
I mean, Marcus, to be honest with you, this morning I fell asleep finding out about this. This morning I watched GMA. There was barely any coverage on it.
Right.
And that's the part, like, that's the thing that has a lot of people going, like
Right.
to me, I think the bad idea was, like, the video was still floating around, just like the whole thing with Philando Castile when his girlfriend's page was taken down.
Right.
Which
I'm
made no
gonna
sense.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate with you though, for real.
Okay,
Here's
but
the- here's
that made no sense as far as like doing that though.
Here's the devil's advocate though. How many times do we see situations in the news and in the media where white people kill white people? We never hear about it.
Exactly.
Right. So
You know what?
but my point is, those people go and get caught. There's certain crimes, once they get to a level of high profile, there's pressure from beyond just the people watching the media that's going to force law enforcement to. I can't believe, and I don't even like that word. Let me take that back. I can't know that law enforcement is not trying to find this dude.
Well, let me do this. You made that
National
point.
manhunt.
I
It's all
agree.
over social media.
You did that. You made that point. I'm gonna just say George Zimmerman. What did he do? He blatantly, point blank, killed this dude.
Yeah. For no reason.
Brown. He shot him in the street with the video. And I go back to, they did a whitewash over everything, and nobody was found guilty.
It took a week to bring him in because his people knew.
But they took him in that
You
night.
mean as far
They
as
took
the
him in that
Zimmerman
night. They
case?
was
But see the
like
thing,
to
but see,
charge him.
For the
George,
Zimmerman
but the
case?
George
Yeah.
Zimmerman thing is different.
Yeah, because don't forget they got a law for that. They got the whole stand
Yeah.
your ground. So you
But
got
I
to.
get-
They
well,
don't
I
have
think
no
what-
law for you
I think
walking
we're-
up to.
But I think what we're
It's
talking
not
about
the
is
same.
like just the coverage.
We
I
talking
think that's
about
what we're
apples and broccoli.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about. I'm talking about
Yeah,
coverage.
anytime,
Not even apples and
anytime the
oranges.
cops
We talking
tell
about
you to
apples
leave
and
this
broccoli.
guy alone and you don't leave the guy alone, there's a problem.
Yeah, we're not even. Yeah, George Zimmerman is
But
not
I
a
think
fair
what
analogy.
it really comes down to is the coverage, because like I said this morning, like I didn't see a lot of it, and it really does
see
not
it
go.
neither.
It doesn't go. It's optics, and why it's so much social media justice is happening right now. Like the police a couple weeks ago when all the girls were missing came out after still missing came out and said, well, we use social media first. And then we were going to use it a different way. Like, okay, social media is doing everything that it's doing. I don't agree with the fact that they took his page down. I don't agree with the fact that they took Philando Castile's girlfriend's page down. I don't agree with that because that was a means to be able to mark him. That was a means to be able, because if you're narcissistic enough, because it goes past mental illness into narcissism.
But
because if you gonna Facebook Live all the other stuff that you did, you gonna Facebook Live other things. And like Lisa said, you want to get caught. So, and you going and taking
You don't
stuff
want to be caught.
But there's something
I
to
mean,
be
in
said.
the way in which he's doing,
Well,
like the whole thing, like
when I
no,
was talking,
messed up, yo. I did this.
I was
did
talking
that.
to Mom. I was talking to Mama J about this earlier on, and the reality is he's never going home. He knows he's
No.
never going home. Everybody knows he's never going home.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the reason why Facebook took that down, as sports fans, Coach, you can appreciate this when you're watching a sporting event and somebody happens to have too much to drink or maybe want to impress the homies and they run onto the field or the court or the ice, what does the camera do?
They
Focus.
No, you don't see it.
You don't see
You
it.
never see it.
You
Well,
don't
I see it all the time when they run out on the field and they butt
Not
naked.
like
don't
not
see
like
it.
like the
You don't
like
see
one
it.
time it happened in
You
the
don't
Super
see
Bowl and
Yeah,
like
you
no
did.
one knew about it.
Oh, it was like a separate video that's like,
the
yeah,
camera
that's a quick
goes
thing that
away.
happened.
Yeah.
You don't see it. The commentators will talk about it when they first see it going
And
on,
then this goes
and then
away.
they'll start
Yeah.
talking about Coca-Colas and Pepsis and something else to take away from the fact that.
I understand the video. I'm talking about the page.
But
He's
it's the
saying
same
take his page
concept,
down.
though. It's the same concept. It's the same concept.
And I honestly feel, and Marcus, you know, once you get close to the end of this conversation, I just want to make sure that I put out the description and everything about this man, this person who's out and about. So I have everything. But two, I was thinking as well, I think one thing too, we have to understand that the FBI, the U.S. Marshals, they're very, very smart people. So I think that they're already into this man's head and basically saying we don't want to give him too much coverage, just like they do over in Iraq or whatever. We don't want to let them know when we're coming. So therefore they already know that this man wants attention. So why blast you on TV right now until we catch you, and then we'll find you? Because in that case, you already know he wants to be on the news. He wants to be sought. So he's somewhere looking at the news. Right. So therefore, if he's not getting sought, he's like, okay, so I ain't doing enough. I need to do this. So they're hoping that he goes and messes up again.
Kill somebody else.
I didn't get the attention. Then this is what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? So I think, again, you have to realize that our FBI agents, they're very, very smart. Us sitting in this room, we're very intelligent people too. But you got to realize these people are smart. So they know, boom, he wants attention. What are you going to do? In the reverse. So he's going to be just like you, Shannon. God, they ain't put me on TV. Y'all didn't never think nothing about me. I did this. I done killed this man and y'all not talk about me. Let me go outside. Let me go to the store and get something. Let me go get something before. Yo, they're watching him. They on him.
Yeah,
you know. So
I
take
totally
his
believe
page
it.
down, because then they're like, oh, I can't post what I'm doing. Yeah, because they're gonna ping you, because
can
you're
put it
gonna
under
try to
somebody
reach
else's
out to
post.
somebody some other way.
They
gonna
do
track
that every
you.
time they block you on
got you.
Facebook. What you do? Come up under another name.
And let me tell you real quick, real talk, no lie. Let me tell you how easy it is, and just as little as we all know, they already have him semi. Because I had to get my car towed the other day, and I have Geico. They said, "Can we track where you're calling from to see where they need to come and get you?" I said, sure. They said, okay, so we see you're in Glen Allen at this address. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
wow.
Oh yeah. That's
So
what I'm trying
again,
to.
So
I
don't
made that
forget,
point
but you
earlier.
gotta understand
all
too.
trackers.
But you have to understand too. If you turn your cell phone completely off, or if it goes dead, they can't find you.
Yes, they can.
So I don't feel that they can. I feel like that you have to have some kind of signal connected with a tower to do that.
They still can.
Your battery is never all the way dead. There's always residual. You can always.
Unless you
Hey, if you watch
take the SIM
Scandal,
out.
then you can always
SIM
feel
card
that.
out.
unless you're on the river, that's the only.
You take the SIM card out.
Yo, I feel like if they found Hawk on Scandal, then they can find him this
We
week.
we getting a couple of hits here on social media. We getting a couple of hits from Ashley still saying the DC sniper killed black and white and made it to court. Funny, they thought he was a white person before they caught him. We really can't pull race into this. I sort of kind of agree with that, but that was 15 years ago. Times are a little bit different now. Our sister Michelle K is watching and listening. She's checking us out right now in Facebook Live. She's saying peace to the crew.
Hey, Michelle.
Mr. 3375 has been listening for a while. The utility player saying he's either going to kill himself or they're going to kill him trying to capture him.
Oh, yeah.
That was the point that I was trying to make earlier that I was talking to Mama J about when I said to her, I said, we ain't never going to see this dude again, because the truth of the matter is he ain't going to court. He's probably going to either be taken alive or going to take himself. You know, so that's
Murder by police.
that's the part that's disturbing and really punk to me, because the reality is, you know, if you're gonna be so bold to go on TV and talk about doing all of this kind of stuff, and she was asking me questions. I mean, she want to know, you know, but if you're gonna do all of this kind of stuff, you got to face it and kind of deal with it for real. Ain't no hashtag with Marcus J live from
Can I
Den.
give a description?
Legacy Internet Radio, please do.
Again, his name is Steve Stevens. It's Steve Stevens, Stephenes. He is 37 years old. He stands 6'1" at 244 pounds. He is a bald-headed black male with a full beard. The last time he was seen, he was wearing a dark striped polo shirt, and the car that he is driving is a newer model white Ford Fusion with Ohio temp plates of E as in elephant 363630. Again, the temporary plates for this man, Steve Stevens, is E as in elephant 363630. If you see this man, of course, call your local police, or you can call 1-800-CALL-FBI, which is 1-800-225-5324.
Yeah, Marcus J, before she goes on, can I just read what narcissism is?
Please.
Because, you know, we haven't actually, everybody says he's narcissistic and things of that nature.
You want me to read it?
Yeah, you read it because I ain't got my glass. I'm getting old.
All right, so narcissistic personality disorder is one of several types of personality disorders. Let me see. They may come across as conceited, boastful, or pretentious. They often monopolize conversations. They may belittle or look down on people they perceive as inferior. They may feel a sense of entitlement. When you don't receive special treatment, you may become impatient or angry. You may insist on having the best of everything. At the same time, you have trouble handling anything that may be perceived as criticism. You may have secret feelings of insecurity, shame, vulnerability, and humiliation. To feel better, you may react with rage or contempt and try to belittle the other person to make yourself feel superior. Or you may feel depressed and moody because you fall short of perfection.
Oh, I know some people like that.
Yeah, it's a lot of people like
Yeah,
that.
it's a lot of people.
It's a lot. Yeah, we all have those tendencies.
We all have the tendencies.
Trust
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
But it's funny, if you listen to the characteristics of a narcissistic person and you go back and look at his video, he has some of the traits, but he doesn't carry all of the traits, which to me, as a mental health worker, this dude is a mental health
And that was
worker
my key
with
thing.
children.
He know what he needs to
knows
do
how
to
to
build
play
his
the
case.
game.
He's a social worker. So again,
Yeah.
for the smart people in the room who took
Right.
psychology as their major or minor,
Yeah.
y'all
Yeah.
know what. So
Yeah.
he's building his case. He knows what he has
Yes,
to
to
do.
do.
He
In
hears
order to get it.
cases all day. He's been in this for
Yeah.
6+ years. He knows he's ready.
Exactly.
He's ready.
And he
Textbooks.
is-
He knows.
Oh, okay. So we got a caller coming in. Caller, you've been listening to Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J. What's your name? What you want to get in on?
Hello.
Hello?
Can you hear me? This is Barbara from Nashville.
Hey, Barbara, we can hear you. Go ahead.
My question, I want to throw this out there. I worked for about 10 years with high custody inmates, and this guy is the epitome of those behaviors where he is manipulative, and one of the things that they are probably going to do is they're not going to let us know how close they are to catching him, because this dude has no bottom.
Exactly.
And so if he has nothing to lose, they are trying to minimize the loss of life. What do you all think about that?
Yes,
I can
ma'am.
agree with that totally.
I
Yes,
think that's
ma'am.
the point of the segment.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. I think that's the point of the segment.
They're not gonna let you know. Yes, ma'am.
Because it's unwise. I mean, they always talking about how they don't want to release what they know because they don't want the suspect to know what they know. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like
Yeah.
he you're right. He has nothing to lose. He clearly has already shown that.
Yeah.
And so why would they aid him in his plight by showing them what they know? You know what I'm saying? So no, I totally agree with you.
And see, when they're all wearing orange, you can see their pathology because they all dress the same. But when they're out in society, you tend not to see that pathology because the vision gets blurry. This dude does not, he needs to never be in public ever again.
No, you're
We
right.
agree.
Totally agree, Barbara. We totally agree. Any other points you want to make?
No, I like your show. Keep it up. Like the work.
I appreciate you. We know you've been listening for a little while, and we appreciate you, sister, for real. Thank you for your support.
Bye-bye.
All right, take it easy. Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. We're going to take a break. When we come back, I got a question for the crew. Question is simple. We're going to answer it on the other side. The question is, we going to war, y'all? That's the question. Marcus J. Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Y'all rocking with us? We rolling with y'all. Be back in a few, y'all. Stay with us.
Yeah, I thought you.
Holistic care for the mind, body, and spirit. Free Spirit Enterprises, LLC, is a parent company for Organic Creations, Jewelry by Design, Miller Publishing, and Consultation Services. Organic Creations offers you the best in natural homemade skin and hair care products. Jewelry by Design allows you, the customer, to design your own jewelry as it is custom made just for you. Thinking of self-publishing a book or novel? Check out Miller Publishing and Consultation Services. Free Spirit Enterprises is where holistic care meets mind, body, and spirit. Visit us at freespiritenterprisesco.biz. That's freespiritenterprisesco.biz. Or you can call 804-252-6562. Like us on Facebook under Free Spirit Enterprises, LLC.